and a new guest to the Road Trippin podcast.
Say what's up, big fella.
Why are they always laughing about my post?
What's going on, RJ? How you doing, brother?
Well, we're talking about Channing's postgame and how trash it is.
It got real trashy this year. You know what?
No, this is actually the best it's been in 10 years.
Yeah, but
that's false.
Like you always say, Channing, you're working on it in the summer.
I'll work on it next summer.
Yeah.
No, not this summer. Next summer.
So what's this summer?
Rest. I gotta get my body right. Gotta get my ankles mowed. Maybe work on like my calves.
Your calves for your boings, for your bounce,
for my bounce,
for your bang outs.
So I can maybe make a layup once or twice. Yeah. But it's all good, man. Hey, listen, Brown, how you doing?
We were giving a shout out to J-Mac. J-Mac's gone.
Yeah, I mean, that's the worst part of the business.
Yeah, that's
the worst part of the business when you got to see a brother of yours, a little brother of ours, move on, and that's the worst part about it, man. But J-Mac said it won't be hard for J-Mac to fit into any locker room in the NBA. I'll tell you that.
Y'all, man, listen, that guy is the best. Yeah. He is the best. Yeah. Well, what's new, man? What's new in like
we
the
got
world?
Wait.
RJ, your levels need to turn up a little bit. You're a little low.
My levels. Wait. We got one more person. Jump shot. Jesus just joined us.
Ooh, Swish Doggy.
Swish.
What's up, guys?
Swish.
Welcome on the trip.
This is Swish's first time on the road tripping, ain't it?
Oh man, be gentle.
Yeah. Here, Swish, take this right here. I sit right here with Mike. Hey, Mike, slide over before I hit you in your shit.
Oh.
Mike Nancius. So,
man, listen. You know what, man?
So Swisher,
man. This is a team situation.
Hey, Swish, man. I don't know if you know this, but we just signed a deal to join, the Clutch uninterrupted crew.
Yes. They uninterrupted.
I know nothing about this.
Yeah, and listen, man.
We get free wine?
We just joined this. We're about to join the uninterrupted crew.
Yeah.
I said this was a real big pickup for what they're trying to accomplish.
No, it is.
At the end of the day,
it is.
We talk about black excellence. You know what I'm saying? And
this is
what about?
Listen, man.
That's a strong word.
It is, man.
It really is.
But I'm extremely excited, man. I'm happy to have Road Trippin', man, at Uninterrupted now, man.
Right. It's like Black
Eyed Peas, dog. It means a lot.
Well, that's the thing. But Uninterrupted started off as an opportunity for athletes to talk. You know what I'm saying? Like this, and so I think it's kind of cool that this kind of came about naturally. You had your thing, and we were able to kind of bring it together because there were other people that wanted our services, and we were like, we like where we're at.
We keep it in house.
Yeah, we keep it in house.
I like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're a Nike family. We're
what's up? Can I get some new shoelaces or what?
Just do it, man. Just do it, man.
Just do it.
Hey, Switch, slow for that.
Switch, how's the rehab coming, man?
It's coming good, man. It's actually kind of depressing because I get to see you guys do all that fantastic stuff you guys do on the court.
Swish,
and
all that energy,
I'm just
save that.
here.
So like when Jaylen Brown dunks and looks at our bench and you're the first one to stand
I'm so
up.
disgusted. I'm so disgusted. First and foremost, like you are called Rook. You don't even have a name at this point. So for you to do that against the champs, I look at.
But guess
I'm
what?
sorry. I still refer to us as the champs.
We are.
We are.
So
JR, listen.
I take it personally.
For them, that is the biggest game of the year.
For anybody who plays us is the biggest game of the year, which is, I have to respect because what we accomplished. But at the same time,
there's a level.
Is
don't get it twisted.
Go home and be like, yo.
So I see him right after.
dunk
I see him right after the game with two of his boys, and I was like, I was like, two things. And he was like, what? Because me got into a little bit of a tussle where I kind of threw him. He's like, oh, I didn't foul you on that. I was like, no, young fella, one, when you dunk it, don't look at our bench.
Please
don't look at our bench because we will make it a personal vendetta
100%.
To make sure that you don't score, you don't do nothing.
No.
And I like him. He's a good young player. He's going to have a great career in this league. But when you look at the champs like that,
like
when you go and dunk it and you just go look at our bench like what? And you have 8 points.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like even before I became a champ, like when you look at my bench, like don't do that. Like I take that so personal.
You were the first one up in a suit.
I dunked it, and Antonio McDyess was kind of near me, and I was like, "Hey!" I looked at the crowd in front at the Garden. The Garden was going crazy. I turned around. Rasheed Wallace chucked me in my chest so hard.
Yeah.
It said, keep it calm, young fella.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I said,
you couldn't
you know
do
what?
that.
You're right, dog. That was too much for me.
Was
and I was like, I was tripping.
I was tripping.
After that, if you ever watch me, I never celebrate a dunk or nothing. unless I'm shooting a 3 and nobody's around me and I talk shit to myself. Well, other than that.
See, you couldn't do that. Like,
no, hell no.
No, you can't do that.
12, 13 years ago, first of all, you lay the ball up at the end of the game.
Oh,
no.
No, we fighting.
We over.
Fighting.
What?
What's your problem, dog? Come see me.
Okay.
Okay,
meet me at the bus.
So Swish. So since everybody wants to report Dave
another great thing about Uninterrupted, I came back with my own. Don't rush my process.
No, that's what I'm saying. Don't rush your process.
So I mean, we don't have a timetable set. So I don't like when people are trying to rush what I'm trying to do.
March 9th.
Come back. Yeah.
Yes.
My fault. It's too early.
No,
that was a joke. That was a joke.
Especially when they haven't given me the insight, and all of a sudden, he can be back as soon as 3 weeks. Like, don't rush my process.
How about this, Swish? We would love for you to come back any day, but we want you to be 100% comfortable.
Channing is saying that so he doesn't start getting DMPs.
Yes, right. Listen, we already got. Listen, you saw what happened with Kyle Kane, boy. I moved me to the other corner. Now there's not an island no more. It's a peninsula,
and it's
maybe a strait.
And I'm
listen. Hey, my shit is like.
I'm so looking forward to watching you guys play. I'm so looking forward to watching you guys play and seeing what you guys can accomplish. It is honestly, I as a fan of basketball. It's something that I'm really excited.
It's scary
to get paid to have front row seats.
But the media asked me after the game. They were like, "Do you realize that after
the world is flat?"
No, that's hilarious. By the way, it's hilarious. By the way, that made my life. But they were like, "Do you realize that you still have 2 pieces missing?"
3,
2 or 3?
Oh, excuse me, 3. Excuse me. No,
3.
Yeah, Bogut.
3.
Kev,
2 white guys.
But I'm talking about missing though. Like we just added one. But he was like Kevin and JR. And I was like, wow. Ooh. That really just put my whole mind frame in a different,
we're like
realm
hometown
right
buffet.
there.
What you want?
I was just like,
you want the salmon? You want the prime rib? You want the French fries? You want the
seriously, like when people keep telling me, or people kept asking me, going up to the trade deadline, like, yo, what are you guys going to do? You guys going to get Melo? You guys going to trade Kev? What are you guys going to do? I'm like, well, once we get 100% healthy, it's going to be like we made a trade. So it's like it's a totally different ball game. And now that we signed, D. Will, and
here's a serious question. I'm gonna ask this.
I just want to know if you just gonna keep talking over everybody.
Oh, my bad.
I'm just fucking with you.
My bad.
You good, man? Don't let him stop you from.
He's a bully. See, years of bullying, right? It's conditioning.
Answer your question. Ask your question.
Anyways. Anyways, look, listen. We have a lot of people, right? So as leaders of the team, how do you instill like confidence in people, knowing that like a lot of guys who are getting minutes now may not be getting those same
He's
minutes?
asking question for a friend.
No, I'm not saying no. Listen, I've been in the league 12 years. I've got DMPs. If people forget, when I first got here, I had to split minutes with Mozzie. I didn't play the Detroit series. I didn't play the Golden State
Everybody's
series.
got a scrapbook, Channing.
So I'm just saying.
Did you get a ring?
It's an honest thing. I don't care. Like, you know me.
I do. 100%. I want a ring.
I want a ring. If you need me to massage your feet for us to get a ring.
So, Channing, to answer your question,
right?
While you asking for yourself, we're trying to sugarcoat the shit.
No, I'm not sugarcoating shit. I'm being honest. I'm sorry, my bad.
No, I mean, at the end of the day,
he just shushed.
We 15 teams. I've never been on a team like this.
He just shushed Channing.
We're here for one.
It's only for audio quality.
We're here for one reason and one reason only.
You better not shush me.
And that's to win a championship. And along that ride, we're going to create brotherhood. We're going to create friends. We're going to create like guys that we're going to love forever. But at the end of the day, man, what's the main thing?
Winning.
Jubs.
The main thing is to put rings on our finger, man. And that's it. That's it. So if guys got to sacrifice a couple minutes per quarter here, sacrifice a shot here per quarter here, sacrifice whatever the case may be, we knew what we was all getting ourselves into.
100%.
Like when RJ signed, we traded for Swish. Channing, when you got traded, when I came back and I saw Kai, we all knew what this situation was about to be about. We about winning.
Yeah.
But them dubs, homie.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Can I keep my one play, though? Can I get the curl play?
Yeah, we got it. Elbow curl 5 will not go to nobody else.
You just got to keep popping, though, because you know, like.
Nah, the rolling thing, we try that next summer.
Yeah. Next summer we're going to work on the rolls.
We good.
Yeah, no. We got Bogan now. He cool.
Man, you good. Man, you're good.
No, we all good, man. Listen, look. I am all about winning. Richard
why you keep looking in your cup?
Because it's keep getting low.
You're drinking crazy right now.
Yeah, no, that's why.
It's good wine.
Why your lips turning that color right now?
That's why his commentary is a little over the top right now.
Business edit, Rafa, edit, dog. Come on.
He said, Rafa, edit. Oh, well, wait, hold on. But RJ, we gotta welcome Swish and Bron to just the open conversation that we really have, because it's just not it's not just about basketball.
No,
100%.
I hope not. I didn't come back here to talk about just basketball. Because the conversation we was having up front was unbelievable.
Well,
it's not really for y'all.
Okay, so
no, not meaning really for y'all. I'm talking about the listeners. They can't be a part
Well,
of
no, we're gonna edit it out. But come on, what we gonna talk about?
No, we're not putting it out. We're not putting it out.
Hey, we'll bring him in. We'll bring him into not the conspiracy theories,
right?
But just real life.
Real life. How do you think things work? Like,
as far as what?
Well, there's the.
That's kind of a broad.
There's a very broad question that you asked.
Sorry. That was.
But if we be more Pacific, did you hear that?
Specific.
No, Pacific, like the Pacific Ocean.
Ooh, like the Pacific Ocean. The best ocean.
You don't have to edit that out. Pacific. You know. What kind of gets you guys going?
Yeah, I want to know.
What are the things that
Swish. I want to know about this. You took your first SoulCycle class today.
Yes, I did.
Did that get you going? Just to piggyback Kyrie's question, did the SoulCycle at 7 a.m. get you going?
Actually, you know what's crazy? I was so against it. Like I really.
Oh, it's life changing.
Like, I can't. I have like this sleep apnea problem. Like I don't go to sleep at least before 3 o'clock or after 3 o'clock, and it's like I don't know what it is, and obviously
melatonin.
Zinc will
make it your best friend.
Having this problem, you don't get up early on time. So Mike tells me we're getting up at 6:40 to go SoulCycle. I'm like, that's kind of early.
Yeah.
That's not what he said.
You know what? I'm gonna start.
That's not what. That's kind of early. That's not what he said.
Well,
he said, "Oh no, hell no, I ain't doing that shit."
Exactly. But I'm like, all right, you know what? I'll set my alarm at 6:30. 6:40. I'll meet you downstairs.
Yeah.
Bron's, of course, Bron, the pet peeve of being on time. No, you got to get up at 6:15 and
get breakfast.
Yeah,
because
make sure that you're ready for it. Make sure that you're ready for it.
You can't get up at 6:30. Talking about I'll be ready by 6:45.
Which I understand. But I also understand. I understand both you guys' points. Because I'm fairly on.
Yeah, you in the middle.
I'm in the middle.
Yeah,
6:34 is even for me.
It's like the equator and shit.
It takes me 10 minutes.
You like the equator. You just
took you 10 minutes.
So Brown again 6:15. I set my alarm 6:15. Set another one for 6:20. I get in there. I get downstairs. I'm still sleepwalking. Me, Mike, Allie, Champ comes.
Allie, you went.
Champ does not participate in SoulCycle, by the way. Just
because
throw that out there. Because
they didn't have a shoe size.
Yeah.
Shoe size. Yeah.
They
ain't had a strap for him. They had a strap for him.
17.
Oh my goodness.
So he was kind of screwed there. But I get the SoulCycle. I'm like, I'm dragging. We walk through. They're pumping music.
Yes.
Everybody's on a. I'm like, wait a minute. What part of 7 a.m. is this? Like I've never seen this part of 7 a.m.
It goes down at 7 a.m.
I seen this at like 2 a.m. when people were in the club. Like people were really upbeat, moving, couldn't wait. I'm like, okay, well, my energy started flowing. I'm like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
We got in there. I was literally 5 minutes on the bike, and I was dying.
Yeah.
I seen a lady next to me. She probably had 4 kids, drove a minivan, and she was tearing it up.
Yeah.
I couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
I felt bad. I was a professional athlete.
But it's a good workout, though, right?
It's an unbelievable workout.
So during the summer, all I do is yoga, volleyball, and SoulCycle.
You beach volleyball guy,
beach
right?
volleyball. That's it. That's it. Because like you see, that's a mean workout.
It's a mean workout.
Sorry, I can't do the. I'm not.
You do the VersaClimber.
Yeah, because I can't do the SoulCycle because of my ass.
Yeah.
What do you
my ass
mean?
falls
that's
asleep.
crazy.
First of all, VersaClimber is OD. You give yourself 4 or 5 days on a VersaClimber.
You're fine.
Listen,
you're good money.
I go to Rise shout out Rise.
Rise Nation.
Come mess with us. Rise Nation in L.A.
We'll be there. Come mess with us.
Yeah, I go to Rise Nation because I live in L.A. in the summertime, and that's where I'm at. I can't do SoulCycle, man. My ass fall asleep 15 minutes into the session, then my feet fall asleep.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. At the class we were at today, there wasn't
you weren't sitting down
at all.
I feel like it's kind of changed.
Yeah. Well,
seriously, to where you're outside of the seat all the time.
First of all, I wanted his playlist. The playlist he had was ridiculously good.
It's all about the beat.
Yeah.
No, it's all about the DJ.
By the way, I am now taking steps.
He had life.
In life.
To becoming a DJ.
Really?
Yeah. I've gotten the vinyl. I got vinyl in my crib. I got the turntables. I got downloaded on my computer.
My boy Zed is killing it in Vegas, so I already know
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Ridiculously.
That's what I'm saying.
Like I said, in life, it's all about the DJ.
This too is true.
In life, no matter what you do, it's all about who is spinning the right melody in your life at that point in time.
DJ Montage wanted to come on Road Trippin', by the way.
DJ Montage is off the chain.
Yeah, he is. He's one of that. Hey, are we?
By the way, I don't
tomorrow?
know if you know that, but that started in Jersey. That started in Newark, New Jersey.
We can't give him no shout out yet.
Really?
Nah, we can't give him a shout out.
Me and Kyrie got a little moment right now. We can't talk about it online right now.
This is for this actually spinning wheel is made for ADD.
Yes, it is. And who has ADD?
You and me. And you. Basically everyone attention deficit. So this creation right now, and we can't even really talk about it.
We can't really talk about it.
It started in a startup in Newark, New Jersey, and they literally made this for students in mind and for kids that are sitting in class.
Look at the bully.
And kids that have ADD to be able to spin this whenever they
start fridging it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you, for instance, like put this on the bench?
No, not yet.
No,
I mean, I don't know about even not yet.
I might.
But it spins. Like,
if I keep watching the basketball, I'm watching it, I might.
Be aerodynamic.
No,
yeah.
I can't give you the name of it right now because it might be a business situation going on. But for me, with a little ADD for sure, and OCD and all that stuff, it definitely just locks you in.
LeBron has the OCD. I have the ADD. And Shannon has every other.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest
ADD,
right now. It's bothering the shit out of me the way this table looks right now.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, though.
You've got M&M crumbs, some empty wine bottles.
Oh, my God.
You've got a Dorito bag.
Where'd my cup
You've got a blanket that's not even
serving a purpose.
Yeah. So are you the only one that has this?
No, I'm not.
There's other people on the team, I'm saying?
No, there's no one
he's
else
the only one on the team that has
on the
this.
team, yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
I gotta make sure the situation is right before I pass it out to the team.
Hey,
what about the situation needs to be right? What do you can't go there?
I mean, there's a whole market.
Just ask the broad question. Just ask the broad question. Ali, Bron, what do you think about going into your business ventures?
Yeah,
exactly. What are you looking for? You got to ask the broad question.
For me.
Okay,
you got to ask the broad question.
I got to make sure my team is situated business side.
I got you.
We're partners. Do we work for you? How's this work?
Well, I mean,
when you said that today, that you were signing papers I was like,
Well, yeah, I mean, I got to sign papers tomorrow. They're coming to fax machine in Atlanta. I got to sign some papers. You guys technically do work for me, and it's
that really.
But I'm not. I'm a cool ass boss, man. That is unbelievable, by the way, Channing. I'm a cool ass boss, though. It won't be hard. It's easy.
What's the one thing we need to know when we work for you?
Produce.
Hey, man, on time, on target.
On time and on target.
On time and on target.
Yeah.
You guys know. I mean,
wait. So
like that pass you gave RJ tonight when he decided to step over that guy.
And I threw the guy.
That was a phenomenal catch and finish.
No, but I was telling him about the last game when he wasn't looking.
I didn't know.
He threw it right on target.
Because normally you throw it when there's no one in front of me.
Yeah.
He wasn't on time. The pass was on target, but he wasn't on time, and he was tired as shit too.
Yo, but there was something different about that Massachusetts air tonight.
Yeah, it was phenomenal.
It was nice. It was really nice.
You talking about the air or the atmosphere?
The atmosphere was great.
The atmosphere was great.
The air.
I'm so sick I wasn't a part
No,
of
the
that.
air was different. Because I had 4 individuals sitting next to me, and I had to look to them, and I said, listen, bro, is it legal out here? Because, God damn, y'all smell like a pound.
I had to look at
What?
Oh, to the left on the green.
And you know what? I'm not even gonna.
That was the dude that had the LeBron as a juice shirt.
It was crazy.
I took it from him.
It was crazy. It was crazy. I swear to you.
That's OD.
Switch, but Switch. I had to ask them. I said, "Yo, is it legal out here?" He said, "Yeah, man. Massachusetts legal." Y'all got it. Y'all can have it. You guys can have it.
Keep it.
They gave RJ the captain of the plane headphones.
I know,
Can't
man.
hear shit.
Yo, you got 3.
No,
you got 4 headphones.
So what happened was we have 4. The other one. Hey, listen, man, this is so y'all can be a part of this, man. Y'all ain't gonna be making fun of my shit.
Yo, he got the
I'm
double.
not making fun of you. I actually love your
He got
setup.
the double headband.
Just like Ron Artest. Ron Artest.
He got the double headband.
Allie, that's funny. That's funny, Allie. You gonna laugh at their joke?
He got the
fun
double
of me?
headband. RJ, you
Yeah,
on?
they're funny.
Hey, who's going to fly? Who's going? Two things. Who's going to Flywheel tomorrow? I'm going to Flywheel. I'm going to go to Flywheel.
What is Flywheel?
If Bron
Flywheel.
doesn't like
Do we have
SoulCycle,
Brexit
he's
too?
not gonna like Flywheel.
We got
Okay.
Brexit too, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna do
Brexit too. All right.
What's Flywheel?
Flywheel is very, very similar to SoulCycle.
Oh yeah, I'm there.
So you said
you
you
spend
said
more
they found.
time in the seat though in Flywheel.
And
That's
Flywheel,
fine.
you do?
Yeah. Okay, but hey,
Quads, man.
can I say this
Yeah,
to
you
the
are.
group?
Ass, dog.
Because we have a very mature group here right now, right? The group right now, the song that we got approved, and Swish heard it. You've hummed it a
my
few
God.
times. The song that we got approved. So that is our song for this podcast.
We
When
are
you
live
hear
in
that, let
Los
me stop you
Angeles.
right now. When you
The
hear
Detroit
that,
Pistons are taking the Los Angeles Lakers in the
my
1991
God.
NBA
Remember
Finals.
the intro?
that's what I wanted to know.
Remember,
What comes
like
to your
Oh,
mind?
the
my
Bob
God.
Costas intro,
Clearly, I messed
where they
up that
just did
year.
a
Don't
5-minute
mind
thing
the
on
year.
Michael Jordan.
1991
Michael
MJ.
Jordan.
Oh,
Will this
my
be his final legacy?
Right.
One game.
By the way, Ahmad
Game.
Rashad
series?
was throwing out sneaker shout-outs
Yeah.
for MJ during the finals.
But by the way, Ahmad Rashad was MJ's right-hand man.
Ain't nothing wrong with
this
that, though.
Yeah, no, it
We're
wasn't.
still golf buddies to this day.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when
I
MJ
take
had an
their money all the
exclusive or MJ wanted to get something off his chest, Ahmad Rashad was the only one he had talked to.
For sure.
Yeah. No, but
I wish
we-
sometimes it could be like that.
No, I
Yeah,
know.
it's too hard to trust these days, man.
Yeah, it's way too hard to trust.
And, it's too many
But-
outlets.
But also, it's too many outlets.
I mean, you could do uninterrupted and do it yourself.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can. That's
I've
why
never
we
been
did
on
it.
Uninterrupted.
You
I
have
mean,
it?
listen,
You
I
can
don't
do
like.
that.
I don't
listen,
wanna-
one thing
look.
about my brotherhood with you, Kyle, I don't like to bring you certain stuff. I mean, you know what's going around when you ready, homie. You can holler at me, man.
By the way, these are the conversations
You know what I'm saying? You know how
me
to
and LeBron James have.
You know what I'm saying? You know how to
But-
fight.
but
You
that's
know
the
how to
thing.
fight.
Listen,
got all- he
if
got
he
all
wants
my
to talk about it, he come talk to us.
I gave him my P.O. box.
He gave him the P.O. box.
Here's my P.O. box.
Oh man, but it's so hard. It's and honestly, I want to say that I appreciate Uninterrupted because when I go in there and look at y'all, different athletes,
Dog, it's
different
unfiltered.
platform, it's
Unfiltered.
unfiltered.
dog. It's
Can
I enjoy
anyone
it.
be on Uninterrupted?
I enjoy it.
Nah, just can't. No, we don't.
No, you just let nobody on
You
there.
can't just let anybody on there.
So you guys pick them or they come to you?
Nah, we picked them.
You
Yeah.
pick
We
them.
handpicked them.
Yeah.
It's like when you go to Napa Valley and you go to those, those nice, wine and
Famous.
vineyards and stuff. They go out and handpick
Silver
those
Oak.
grapes, and
Yeah.
You know.
Great place.
yeah, you know what I'm
Great
saying.
places. Great places.
You know,
Duckhorn. Oh.
But
shout out
you
Screaming
know that
Eagle.
you know
Screaming
that you
Eagle.
know that
Screaming Eagle. Shout 'em out.
also
We're trying to get him
what
as a
also
sponsor.
I'm trying to figure out is when will it actually be accepted for not like we got to break the mold of just
Marijuana
being an
use?
athlete speaking on
No,
stuff.
but you know what's tough, man? What's tough
No,
is, but to
what
your
are you
point.
saying? What are you saying?
No. To your point, Kai. This is what I'm saying. It's so different than when we grew up. When we grew up, dude, it was just SportsCenter. You would end of the night, you would watch SportsCenter. That's it. Now you got like everything on Instagram, everything on Twitter, everything on
Yeah,
Facebook.
but how many different ESPNs?
NBA
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
like-
There's so many
it's like
ESPNs.
ESPNs.
Yo, you got so many different outlets trying to put out information that, like, dog, if you have an impressive dunk in the first quarter, you get to the locker room at halftime, you can see it everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's
or
crazy.
an impressive baseline up and under scoop shot.
Oh,
one
my
hand.
God. Oh.
In the clutch.
With the
Oh
English
my
off
God,
the
with the
basket.
English,
In the clutch.
like it wasn't nothing.
Come on, guys.
though?
Stop
Like
it.
seriously, who
Stop
even
it.
attempts that move?
I said it.
point in time
I
of the
said in
game.
my 18
First and
years
foremost,
of high level
he
basketball. I had.
jumped. He was outside
the paint.
lane
Yes, he
when
was.
he jumped.
Yes, he was.
I'm thinking, okay, Kai's about to, hit backboard.
And you want to know how disrespectful
No.
he is, though?
Spin him.
Yeah, he's so disrespectful that he slapped Al Horford on the ass on the way by. Though. He was like, and then laid
take
it up.
that with you.
Take
Don't
that
worry
with you.
about
He's so disrespectful.
You 7 foot, right?
Hey,
Yeah,
he's
take
so
that with you.
disrespectful. He's so disrespectful.
Man.
Very impressive, though.
Do you plan your moves like that?
Hell no.
No, not a chance.
Hey, wait. Did anybody?
You can't.
Speaking of
Not a
tonight, did
chance.
anybody see what Isaiah said?
Yeah, I did.
Isaiah Thomas.
We all saw that.
You
We
know
all
what?
saw
I
it.
just seen this. Look. No
I
lie.
and we
like
can edit it.
IT, though.
We
I
all
love
love
IT.
IT.
I
love
respect
IT.
We can edit this
I
out.
love IT.
We can talk about it.
But I
edit
think
that.
he was responding to someone. That's what.
No,
that's what it said. It said
I'm
that-
going
he
to tell you
was.
what happened.
Oh, you tell me what happened because I only saw
No.
the title,
And,
which is
and
said.
that's why we can't comment on just the title, but I'm pretty sure that it had to do with the way we've defended him this year.
Oh, okay. So he started. Okay,
So
okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because, for the most part, we've kind of held him under his standards.
Yeah.
We haven't
His
shut him
standards
down,
is
but we've
right.
held him under
Question
his standards.
was that the Cavs have held you in check for so many games or whatever. And
Oh, so it's
how
one of
did
those.
you-
How many games
It's
he's
a
played?
setup question.
What's his average
Right. What
against
was your
us?
difference
Oh, okay. Bet,
tonight?
Okay.
And his response was, nobody holds me in check. I average 30 for a reason.
Oh,
which
yeah,
is
okay.
respectable.
Which is very true.
I mean, he
I-
does
Which is
average
true.
30
Which is
first
true.
and foremost.
AI would say that.
But at the same time,
Hold on, this is Lil Silver. I'll come to you in a new cup.
Okay.
what is that?
That's Camus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
we
know
gotta-
who
gotta
needs-
switch out.
Yeah,
Hold on.
listen, at the end of the day, IT's a monster. He's doing great things this year, you know what I'm saying? But
I wasn't trying to
Road
start no
Trip, bro, we're
shit.
trying to get sponsored by
We need a wine.
we didn't talk about this
Silver
more.
Oak.
No, so okay.
No.
One of the things is that we're Silver Oak. We're getting Duckhorn.
Duckhorn?
Yeah. One of the things that we're talking about is that we are now
Jordan.
looking for a sponsorship.
Yeah.
So
For wine, because we
but if they
This
pay us,
podcast.
if they pay us, it's going to go to wine.
That's actually
The
We-
movie
that's brilliant.
Get Out,
drink red wine.
What have we
Starring
been doing this whole time?
Tristan
starring Tristan Thompson. Get Out. By the way, they didn't see Get Out, and I've been
I'm
wanting
going
to talk
to see it. I'm going to
talk
see it.
to Bron and Swish about the movie Get Out.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do.
Okay, what's
in
up?
Atlanta, we will go see Get Out.
We're going
and
to
then we
going to
can-
see it again
and then-
tomorrow.
and then we
They're going to see it again, by the way.
see it again.
I'm down to go see it tomorrow.
This is your first time.
This is my first time.
Your first
but
time.
I
Political.
I
Who's in-
understand
who's
the
in
gist
Get Out?
of it.
Nobody that we know.
No, but the girl from Girls,
I don't
I'm not
know
gonna lie.
that.
Brian Williams' daughter.
Yeah, but Jordan Peele directed and wrote the movie for
better-
Peele.
No.
It's
And
phenomenal.
they,
Nobody.
and I talked about this. I wasn't a particularly great fan of Get Out. I wasn't. And I will let you guys go see it. And
But
then
you guys
do
also
that.
know that Kyrie
He said
has his
I
own-
go against the grain all the time. That's not true.
Kyrie go against the grain all the time, but
That's-
he's also has his own mind, and he's a little like you know what? No, because Kyrie thinks so deep.
Yes,
There's
you're
no
so
shallow.
deep.
There's never a shallow
Yo,
thinking. There's
no
never like
lie to
you know
be the-
certain pools that have like 3 feet.
Yes.
No, Kyrie doesn't. He doesn't
Deep
fool with
end.
those pools. He's Olympic.
jumping
He's Olympic diving
immediately.
pool all the time. Like there's no
15
shallow for him.
feet off the diving board. I'm doing a backhand spring, triple axel, no splash.
Oh, my goodness.
By the way, the fact
You guys
that you
are
know the
crazy.
words switches the triple axel with no splash.
Straight up.
You were watching the Olympics.
You was
Of
watching
course.
Olympics this
I know
summer.
that. I know that.
Nah, there was a
Why
couple.
wouldn't
There
we watch the
there was a
Olympics?
couple.
We had
of- there was a couple.
one of our
some
brothers
bumps.
was in the Olympics. Why wouldn't we watch it? What's wrong
My
with you?
point exactly.
Oh man.
But
I want to
seriously,
tell you.
though,
I want to tell you that was one of the most unique experiences, and I was telling you about it. It was one of the most unique experiences
We
that I've
actually- we
had
talked a lot.
in my life.
That was fun.
The Olympics?
The Olympics, because you're around so.
Channing's
So
trying to
I'm
stay
around.
hydrated.
I'm around RJ. I'm around Channing. I'm around one of the best players to ever play the game. I'm around Bron. I'm around other great players that I play with on a day-to-day basis. So when I go to the Olympics, I'm seeing different personalities. I'm being around guys that are very much cemented in this league and are trying to be cemented. When I watched, I went to the Olympics. I was like, okay, I'm going to be prepared. 2008 Olympics, Redeem Team, 2012 Olympics. I'm going to watch all these teams. I'm going to learn as much as I can.
You didn't want to watch
They
the
got Darren
04
Williams.
Olympics? You
They
didn't
got
want to watch
Bron.
the 04
They got
one?
CP.
04.
And I thank you, RJ, for
You're welcome.
opening up the door for me and Bron.
I got you guys.
He wants that cred.
Yeah, me and RJ was on the
It was
Olympic
so
team together.
unique because because all these guys were
When we
trying
won
to prove
plastic.
themselves on the Olympic stage.
They would have got us about
RJ
2
was
years
the
later.
best player in the Olympics in 04.
If they would have got us about 2 years
Me
later.
and
RJ
Bron was
right?
on that team.
We won. Hey,
Bron was on that team.
we
I'm
won.
just quoting Larry Brown. That's all.
Oh, Larry Brown.
Listen, at the end of the day, me and RJ won plastic in the Olympics in Athens, Greece.
Did you guys even come out for your medals?
Yes. You don't want to. Yeah, we was already dealing
Listen,
with
Y'all
enough
were
shit.
basura, papi.
I got a real story about that whole situation.
Yeah,
but
we'll save it for another
Come
road
on,
trip.
man.
We'll save it for another road trip.
Yeah, we're going to
Save it for
start it off with that one in
Road tripping
2004.
on the way
road
to
tripping.
Miami or something.
But
Ooh.
I want to say that I'm going to echo what you guys were saying, that they say I jump off in the 15-foot pool. They, Channing, RJ, Bron, and Swish all jump off the 15-foot pool, too, with no gear as well.
Yeah, but we
in terms of what they think.
But we can't do
They
the
just
cool
don't say
stuff
it.
that you do.
What cool stuff?
Like the triple backflip axle, no
There's no
splash.
triple
Like
axle.
his handles on his way to
Like
the
I'm
rim.
over there, cannonball.
Nah. They have a lot of thoughts. They have a lot of emotions internalized.
Walk
things.
is wicked.
They have a lot
So
of
you're just saying that you actually say it.
No,
You
it's
let
not that
it
I
out.
actually say it. It's that the fact that I understand both of them, and I understand somewhat of what their journeys are, and I am truly appreciative of it. So I'll come to them individually, and I'll kind of get my 2 cents off.
Well, I appreciate that.
I was in ear to ear with Swish earlier.
About what?
Yes.
The little things matter.
Like what?
Well, I told him, I said, listen, I know how hard it is to be hurt.
I was very
said-
frustrated.
He was
morning.
very frustrated, and I saw him coming in. I said, come here. He didn't know what I was doing. I said, come here. I gave him the ear to ear. I said, listen, whatever you're doing right now, keep pushing.
Aww.
You're doing a great thing, and I know it sucks right now because you feel like it's pointless, and a lot of things that you're doing is not, you're off the court. I was like, listen, Swish, you're good. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep pushing. You know what the goal is. Boom. I'm back to spades. I'm back to spades on my phone. That's it. That's it.
100%.
That comes from an understanding of who Swish is, what he's been through, what he's going through, what I've been through, and being able to share that insight with him. But that's part of being on a team, though. That's the little things that,
People don't see.
people will never see.
People
They'll
will
never see the little
but-
things that
No.
we do for one another.
No.
They'll never see the
Also,
little
those things don't happen on bad teams.
No,
Like
no.
on bad teams,
Hell
it's
no.
like okay,
You
somebody's
have your
going through
clicks.
something like, well, sucks for him.
That shit
Like,
don't happen
when you're
on
on
good
the-
teams either. It happen on great teams.
This
That's
is
very
true.
true. I mean, we've been
This
through a
is
shit.
true.
Kai, we talked about when you had that moment with me.
Oh, on the bus.
Yeah, on the bus.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
man, I just, you know what I'm saying? My shit's fucked up and I'm this. And you're just like, none of that matters. Like, this is what we need you to do. And I was like, yeah, I just feel like you guys is playing so hard. And he was like, none of that matters. Like, we know you. So
We
you
know
know. And
you.
I was like, you know
You know what
what?
to expect.
You right.
You know what to
So you
expect.
take a deep breath and you just get your shit right.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But like you said, that doesn't happen. I can honestly say there's probably 2 teams I've ever been on where it's like guys care about each other so deep on a level of like I push myself to exhaustion because I don't want to let the man down next to me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you become a championship team when you're like, it's not about me. It's about me not letting him down. I know how hard this individual works. I know what he puts into it, and I'm not going to mess up because I don't want to let him down. And when you have 10, 12 guys down the line doing that, then you have something special.
What I'm trying to do is be able to communicate that with other individuals, other adults that we've already. You said that we got to lead, right? We're already leading naturally. More, and at the same time, we've been led by so many different people. Like whether you want to acknowledge it or not.
Sure.
Like we're talking about whether it be a kid and an adult you're looking up to, whether it be just anybody that you can look up to that you've taken something from. You've been led by.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
And when I look back on it, when I look back on me growing up, I actually picked a lot of the wrong people to be led by.
Yeah,
people that I needed for inspiration, and I'm talking about the people that had like stardom and stature.
Yeah, but
and as I got
but being who you are, you found that out because of who you are.
Because I'm in the shoes now. because I'm in the shoes now.
100%.
Well, it was before then, bro.
Obviously,
you've had that.
Didn't know that then.
You've had that ingrained in you for a while. No, you have. You have. There was a time when even despite the people that were leading you, you still had questions. And the fact that you still had questions already put you ahead of the curve before anybody.
For sure.
That right there shows you how special you already were as a kid. Thinking about where you are now and the things that you tried to be instrumental for kids and leading the generation, that's already been embedded in you. It's already a way for you to get that knowledge out and still gain more knowledge and still lead that generation. I want to get past the point of, regardless of what the means are and what the actual environment is and what the social separation is. No, you know what it's like, and you know what it's like to be in that classroom. RJ too, you know, Channing too, you know what it's like to be in that classroom. You sitting there, dog, Brian, you going home to your mom's money. You know you got a dream, you got something to provide for. You know you going back home to a 2-parent home in Lakewood, New Jersey. You still got everything you need, but you still seeing that other person. You like, damn, there's still something I want. I'm sitting in West Orange, dog, with kids that's picking up 2-parent, you know what I'm saying, 2-parent homes, all this, and they're giving this environment that's so supposed to be everything that I need. And look where we are now, dog. Do you know what I'm saying? That same person that you were looking at, you were like, he has everything I want, she has everything I need. I got it all right here.
And that's why to this day, that's why we have to set the example, because there's so many kids in those same classrooms that was us, dog. And the best thing that happened to me, and obviously it happened to y'all too, because we all sitting here on this plane right now, 35,000 feet in the air, flying private. Nobody shut the door on our dreams.
Yeah. We wouldn't allow them to shut the door.
Nobody shut the door on our dreams, and we wouldn't allow them because we was like, once we found out that we had a talent, we was like,
oh, let's go.
Let's do this, man.
Go.
Let's go.
Go.
Nobody.
How much of it's talent? How much of it's your will?
Talent is a small part of it. I'm telling you, it's a small part. Listen, we all got talent to do something.
Everybody sitting at this table has seen somebody with
better than them.
I know for me, for sure, I've seen at least 5 guys with 10 times as much talent that I have, that are from where I'm from, but just didn't have the will or discipline to get there. There's no way.
Yeah, I mean, we all seen it growing up.
100%.
We all seen it growing up. We all seen it growing up. 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, and so on.
That's where I was so fortunate, and I'll say this, is that Mike Bibby, who to this day I'm still kind of like a little bro to him, like kind of how I mess with Channing, because Mike was 2 years older than me. So when I started kind of paying attention to basketball, Mike Bibby was like this guy, that guy. Then he went to Arizona. His freshman year, he wins a national championship. I remember I was about to be a junior.
I remember that.
And I was like, yo, this dude just won a national championship.
Shout out
he
to
was
the foams.
Yeah, he was a Foamposites, Nike Foamposites. So they were transcending everything. It was like everyone was talking about the shoes. Everyone was talking about this freshman. And then the next year, he's the number 2 pick in the draft. But Mike showed me. Yeah, but Mike showed me. Mike showed me, was like, yo, Richard, you got to win a state championship. You got to win a state championship. When you go to Arizona, you got to try and win a national championship. When you get drafted, you know what I'm saying? So I was fortunate from a standpoint of, like, I didn't have many examples, but the one example, he was the first one out of, like, a line of guys, because it was Jared Bayless, Channing Frye. There was a line of guys, but he was the first one that I could say was from my hometown, 10 minutes away from me, that made it out. And not everybody had that, but I was fortunate, and that was my guy.
Listen, so you had that example. You fortunate. Boom.
You're fortunate.
Yeah, but people don't know his background, though.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Play with his pops. Pops is an OG from Bompton.
Yeah.
So people
that's
that
OD
people might, and that's the thing. People don't know.
Nigga, I'm from Pete. You know what I'm saying?
People don't know my background.
Shout out YG. Shout out YG.
But my pops was one of the originals in the sense that, like, my mom went to Dorsey High School, which was right in the jungles. My dad is a Inglewood kid, lifelong Compton, still lives there. My mom was an LA lady. And, you know what I'm saying? But my mom moved me and my brothers out because my mom was trying to raise 3 brothers. My dad, who I love to death, named after him, but he was smoking crack. He was everybody's seen the NWA stuff. Everybody's seen all that stuff, and it was like, yo, my mom was like, yo, I love your dad, but I couldn't raise 3 boys in South Central L.A. in the mid-'80s.
Your mom the real MVP.
And, yeah, 100%. 100%. And my mom, bless her soul, she went and got her college degree, went and got her master's, went and got her doctorate, like afterwards, all on government programs. So when they look at me and say, hey, you know, the government's going to take half your money, and I'm like, hey, look, my mom went from welfare to a doctorate. I can't say anything because she did it all on government programs. So I respect that. But, you know what I'm saying, like when I look at my pops who was gang banging, who was smoking crack, who was doing all that stuff, and then everyone looks at me, it's like, oh, you from the suburbs, you this, like, you don't know where I've been through, what I've been through. But that's the thing. It's like, yo, we all have stories. We all come from different places and different spaces.
Right.
But we here right now. So it's all about what you going to do now that you here.
And I'm going to give y'all a quick story real quick because, RJ, I know your story, Kai, your story, Swish, your story. And the good thing of being from California or, you know, and growing up in Phoenix, you guys did have people that made it out. Big cities.
Yeah.
Jersey, you know, right there, next door neighbor of Akron. I mean, next door neighbor of New York. Y'all had people who made it out. So it gave y'all some hope.
Yeah.
Growing up in Akron, Ohio, there was nobody to set the example. It was like, yo, he can make it out. And it was one person. And his name was Jerome Lane. And if y'all remember, if y'all ever seen the old college film of the guy from University of Pittsburgh go down the lane and shatter the glass.
Sean Miller was the coach.
Sean Miller
was the one that dropped the pass.
He's the one who dropped the pass.
He's the coach at Arizona now.
He's the coach at Arizona.
Dunk on him, big fella.
Yeah. Jerome Lane shattered the glass. He from Akron, Ohio. I'm growing up. I'm seeing him, by the way. I'm seeing the highlight. I know about him. And I'm thinking at some point, played in college, played at University of Pittsburgh, went to the league. You know, shit didn't work out for him. But I'm figuring at some point, maybe he may find where I'm at and pull me to the side.
Curtains for that.
Curtains.
You know that.
Yeah.
Curtains. So, and that shit like hurt. That shit hurt a little bit because you like, damn, I'm from Akron, Ohio. You from Akron, Ohio.
That's curtains.
Throw me a bone.
You know that. Come on, bro.
And, you know what I'm saying? I hope that you get in it.
Yeah.
So that just gave me more. That just gave me even more inspiration. Like, you know what, man?
I'm sorry. What age was that?
Shit, this is the whole of my life. Like, I used to see him actually show up to my little league football games when I was 9 years old.
That's crazy.
9, 10 years old.
That's one.
Did you know that you were born with something special?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I can answer that for him. I can answer that for him.
It's an honest question.
No.
You listen to a story like that, and it's like, how are you sitting here?
Hell yeah. Those times when Bron was thinking by himself and he was dolo and he was leaving practice or he was leaving different sports and he was there in his room thinking by himself, he was sitting there like, dog, there's something more. There's something more. There's something more to this.
I'm gonna be honest.
There's something more to this. There's something more to this.
Did you ever have a time in your life where you could have went the other way? Was there ever a time in your life?
Y'all really want this? Y'all don't want this.
Yeah.
Of course I do.
Y'all don't want this story.
Yes,
wait.
Do we have?
I'm an Ohio girl born and raised.
Listen,
so
this is crazy. I'm not gonna have nothing for my book when I'm done.
Yeah, you will.
Oh, I'm not gonna have nothing
just
for my
give
book.
us a sneak peek then.
Listen, when I was in the fourth grade, I missed 82 days of school.
Get out. 181 days?
181 days. I missed 82 days. I was going to elementary in Akron, Ohio called Harris Elementary, which was on the north side of town where I grew up. But I was living on the west side of town. Akron is small, and I can get from the west side to the north side in 7 minutes. All I got to do is take a main road, make a couple corners here, and I'm there.
You sound like you're driving in fourth grade.
He was driving.
But I didn't care. And my mom was so in and out and trying to figure out a way to make living that she didn't force me to go to school. So I was living with my uncles. I was living with my mom's friends at the time. My uncles was on the streets and hustling and things of that nature. So I didn't have to go to school. So I was at home playing Shinobi,
Shinobi
on Sega Genesis.
That's how great was that game?
How great was that game?
Oh,
Playing Shinobi.
What?
And just not doing nothing. And I didn't care.
Shinobi and Ninja Gaiden on Nintendo.
And at that point, I could have. Listen, I was doing things that I was doing things that I would. I look back on and it was like, there's no way.
100%.
No way you should have made it out. But the word sport saved my damn life.
Yeah.
It saved my life. Because the very next year, for the first time, I played Little League football. I moved in with a family because my mom was like, listen, the kid is bright. Before I knew I was bright, he's bright. He just needs some structure. I moved in with a family. The very next year in the 5th grade, I missed 0 days of school with the Walker family. 0. Made honor roll. And I played Little League football for the first time. In the 6 games, I scored 18 touchdowns. And we won the city championship.
No way.
And at that point, I was like, this is something I want to do. I love the concept of team. And I'm sorry, I'm going to go back even when the 4th grade. When I missed 82 days of school, my teacher at Harris, me and my mom went to school one day in the springtime. And my teacher was like, your son applies himself so much when he's here, but he's never here. But he's never here. And my mom said, what can we do so my son doesn't fail? I don't want my son to ever feel like he's a failure.
That was my question. How do you not fail if you miss 82 days?
She said, my teacher at the time, and I'm sorry, I don't remember your name. She gave us a stack, and I wish the listeners can see the stack of papers. She said, if you guys can finish, if your son can finish this stack of extra credit, we'll pass him. This how G my mama is. Me and my mama went home, split the extra credit papers. She did half, I did half. We turned that shit in and they passed me.
Man.
Get out.
That's why my mama a G to this day.
I'm with you, man.
But without sport, I would have been done.
Man, sports.
You guys, I wouldn't be sitting on here. I wouldn't know you guys.
Sports saved everything, man.
Sports saved my life.
Sports saved so many people, man.
Because the streets is so intriguing. What people don't understand. It's
fast,
so
fast.
intriguing. You don't understand.
They're
so intriguing.
Listen,
like
Channing has no idea.
I was the total
Allie,
opposite.
you have no idea.
Yeah.
The streets is so intriguing. Like the time when I've been on both sides where I didn't have to be in when the street lights came on, and I've been on the other side where I had to be in when the street lights came on. I loved not having to be in the house when the street lights came on. It was just a feeling. It was like being outside when the street lights was on, and I'm looking at what's those bugs that light up?
Lightning bugs. Yeah.
To be out there at 11:30 at night. At 11 years old, being outside at 11:30 at night, not bugs. It was a rush.
When your friends' parents are like, "Don't you have to be home?" Nah, I'm good.
No, I'm good. Wait, don't you got to be home?
Play jailbreak in dark jailbreak with your friends or Ghost in the Graveyard. Just tag.
In
the street.
We had a tag.
How I go get it?
Is that what it's called?
I ain't gonna get it. It's a totally different game.
I was jumping on roofs and shit. Manhunt.
That's what you did when it was dark out and the lights, the street lights. You played in the dark.
It's a saying. It's a saying that I just learned from a friend of mine the other day, which is hilarious. And I had it as a kid, and it's called FOMO.
Fear of
missing out.
Yeah.
You trying to tell me I gotta come in the house at 8:30?
I swear, I think that's why I got sleep apnea.
I'm telling you, I got to be in the house at 8:30.
Sleep.
And then when I was growing up, until I got some structure, I didn't have to be in the house. I go in the house at 2:00 in the morning.
What?
I was 9 years old. I didn't have to go to school the next day, and I knew it.
You didn't have to, or you didn't go?
I didn't have to. My mom went there. I didn't have to. I didn't have to go to school.
That's great.
That's great.
I woke up at noon at 9 o'clock.
Yeah. See that?
And you're the opposite?
Oh, yeah. Pops wasn't going for that shit.
Pops was not flying.
Oh, what?
I'm the opposite.
What?
I'm the opposite.
But you know what's
Pops
crazy?
wasn't going for that.
But you know what's crazy in this league, though? That's crazy in this league is people.
He knows, though. He
people-
knows. That's why. That's why it took us a little bit to understand one another.
Yes, sir.
It's because of that. Because Oh, go ahead, RJ. I don't want to cut you off.
No. The point that I'm saying is that people will look down upon it if you didn't have a struggle growing up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People will judge you. It's like, wait, you didn't have to struggle and fight? You had both parents? Both your parents had jobs? Both your parents people will look down upon you in this league within our brotherhood of 450 guys.
For sure.
Was like, yo, my so-and-so smoked crack, or I had to do this, and you like, yo, that's not my story. But that don't mean that I didn't have the same fight. I didn't have the same hunger. I didn't break the same bones.
Yeah.
I didn't dive on the floor the same way to get here.
Yeah. And we all guilty of that.
We all guilty of that.
We all
guilty
because
it was like, you look at it even.
It takes a very, very deep understanding.
It does,
and it takes a deep conversation.
It takes
in
a
order
deep
to
conversation.
Be had.
It does.
Wait, so are you guys saying that you guys had that deep conversation?
It takes a deep conversation to be had.
It does.
Yo, said until you realize it's like,
until you realize there are smart people in the world like Shannon.
I understand and I respect that.
Well, when Kai found out, when Kai found out about my story, no,
I'm going to the bathroom.
All right,
which was crazy.
Hey, when Kai found out about my story, he was like, "Okay, wait a second."
By the way, can I tell this story?
Yeah, go tell the story.
By the way, it was so small. It was such a crazy story because one of my friends, one of my homies, told me, he was like, "Yo, ask RJ who Big Red is." I said, Big Red? I said, who is that? He said, ask who Big Red, tell RJ who Big Red is. And I was like, I'm not asking RJ that. RJ,
my pops has a tattoo.
No. You just had your beautiful baby boy.
I had my
Phoenix.
second baby.
Shout out Phoenix.
So RJ wasn't there yet. So I'm like, dang, I'm asking him next time. Come to find out, one thing led to another. My friend knew his pops. I started learning about his story, and then I started asking RJ, I'm like, is this true? And he was like, yeah, but I don't really talk about it. And I was like, I can understand why, but, it gave me a better understanding of who he is.
Like you learned about Richard's story like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, my pops was never in my life. Like, so he moved, when we moved from Phoenix to get away, and I didn't see my pops, no bullshit. I didn't see him I saw him once when we played against Texas in college. And then the next time I saw my pops, we played L.A. in like 2007, and he hustled his way into the game. And so I'm walking out, and somebody was like, hey, your dad is out there. And I'm like, my dad? And so, this is L.A., so everyone's always finagling for tickets, hustling. So I walk out, and it's my pops. And so I'm like, Big Rich, what's going on, man? He was like, I hadn't seen him in about 8 or 9 years. And I was like, what's going on? And he was like, oh, nothing, just chilling. I'm just letting you know. He was like, I'm just letting you know I'm working on getting my life. I'm working on getting my life together, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, yo, I'm staying in a halfway house right behind Staples Center. And like, that's Skid Row. Like, he was in a halfway house at Skid Row. So I called my agent. I got him like a cell phone so we can start communicating. And then that's when we started building a relationship.
So Big Rich can hit the grill now. I'm going to tell you this now. Big Rich can hit the grill,
Big Rich was a chef for Amtrak for like 10 years.
That boy Big Rich can hit the grill.
But that was kind of like the story. Like, I didn't know my pops till I was like 29.
That gave me a better understanding of RJ.
Yeah.
But I already understood RJ. I already understood him.
But
nobody understands.
But people assume if you're articulate, you're from the suburbs, you're from the Phoenix.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
People don't assume that about you.
Thank you. Don't do that. I understand. But that was the opposite of what I was talking about. Because I wanted to be able to communicate and understand everyone. So,
I think if you're not empathetic to each player on your team, right, you're not going to be a good team. No. I think.
Well, it's not even. I wouldn't even say it's empathetic. I would say that being able to talk about the experience.
Oh man,
talk about the experience. But I'm talking about that goes to empathy. But I'm saying if you're able to talk about the experience and then understand it on a way deeper level, then it goes way beyond.
Right.
And
because
that's what me and Brown were talking about.
For me, like when somebody gets mad about the game,
opposite.
If I understand where you're coming from,
he knows that. I didn't. Yeah, go ahead.
It's a whole different level of respect.
Yeah.
And I've never been on a team where, top to bottom, I respect everybody's grind.
The only way you get respect, though, Channing, you know that, is through understanding.
Dude,
it's through that understanding.
Oh, man. Unbelievable.
Okay, so you two had this conversation.
Yeah,
me and Channing.
And by the way,
no,
obviously this whole podcast will not be on Road Trippin' for now.
Yeah.
But it was like it took me a little while to actually take the time and then understand Bron.
Why?
Like, do you understand how hard that is?
Because I'm a huge communicator.
He's a huge communicator, and I'm one of those guys that's just like.
And Kai takes a little. He you know how.
Okay,
you know
as a
shut
third
up, Shannon.
party here.
Shannon. No.
This is Kai and Bron.
This is Kai and Bron.
All right, so shut the hell up, then.
Damn, let me.
Like,
No,
damn.
You gonna interject
I'll
into
step
their
back.
story?
Let me step back. That's what I was gonna say.
Step back,
Let
join
me
back
step
in.
back.
Yeah,
Step back, join back in.
Let me step back.
Okay.
You don't never make that
what
shot
you were
on the
saying,
step.
Bron.
No, I don't do that. That's not me.
I'm a huge communicator, and I feel like
not bad.
communication
That's not
speeds up the process. And Kyrie needs some time to warm up to anybody because he is it's the trust factor. It's like, are you really genuine about what you're saying and doing, or are you here to just be able to profit from what you're saying or doing? Yeah. And that's what Kyrie is. Yeah. So it took a little bit of time for us, plus let's add on plus of us coming from complete opposite situations in life.
Yeah.
So,
but both from single parent homes,
right?
Though.
Yeah.
Both
so
from single parent homes.
We understood that.
Right. We understood that.
Yeah.
So we had to have the conversation because at the end of the day, are we here to say that? Are we here because this is what we're talking about in the media? Yeah, it's great to team up with Kyrie Irving. I feel like he's a great young point guard. We can, we're trying to win a championship. Or are we here on some bullshit? Are we here to waste each other's time? So
time is the only thing you can't buy now.
That's it. Time is the only thing you can't buy.
100%.
So
think about that.
It took a little time.
But I want to let you know that I was never around anyone like Bron, so it was taking a step back because there was admiration, there was an influence factor, there was a lot of things that he had brought to not only just basketball but to life that I was just very intrigued with. But at the same token, I had to take a step back. I'm like, still, there's a part of me like, I can't get too close to him just yet. Like, I can't just let my whole guard down and just be able to let him kind of just be who he is, which is what he specializes at. And that's really just giving you the knowledge, understanding who you are, understanding where you come from, understanding where he comes from and what he brings to the table, and the difference in perspectives on what our minds actually do. So it was just like a lot of that. It was a ton of that. And then when we came to that mutual ground, then it was just like, okay, well, like on a random Tuesday, when you come in and you're like, okay, I'm going to talk to, and Bron knows how this is, I'm going to talk to so-and-so, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But then when it comes to us, we just like, okay, it's good to see you too, bro.
Yeah,
it's good to see you too.
And we already know exactly the thought process behind it without even saying words now at this point. By the way, the lob was
too late for that.
I got a question. So,
say it.
We're not gonna shout out Rafa for the Los Cavs t-shirts tonight.
Rafa,
what the fuck?
Wait, Rafa already said.
What the fuck? Que pasa, homes?
Raza.
Tengo el gato en los pantalones.
Rafa already said.
I said los Filibertos.
Yeah, Noche Latina. And then all over. You got the Los Heat, you got Los Lakers, you got the
oh my God.
You got the El Segundo Killers, you got all of them, man. Yeah, no locked doors.
No locked doors. I hate locked doors.
I'm
going to tell you this right now.
Allie, how are you feeling with this?
You and your motherfucking Converse better,
you
better hold on. You better hold on. Hey,
and with that said,
true.
Shout out 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz, greatest rapper alive. Holla at your boy C. Fry.
ATL shouting. There you go. Richard Jefferson I'm your host, Ellie.
You got it.